and welcome to everyone tuning in from around the world to today's Nutrition Insight hosted webinar. I'm Catherine Durrell, and I'll be moderating your webinar today. I'm a platform editor at CNS Media, which is a publisher of the World of Food Ingredients, foodingredientsfirst.com, and nutritioninsight.com. We are also the sister company of Innova Market Insights. Before we dive in, I'd like to let you all know that you can submit your questions through the Q&A engagement tool. Any questions that we don't have time to respond to during the webinar will be answered via email after. Additionally, this presentation will be available on demand on nutritioninsight.com. A link to this will be emailed to you. Today's webinar is presented by BioCell Technology, and we'll explore how branded ingredients, such as BioCell Collagen, offer dietary supplement consumer packaged goods brands a strong value proposition. Using clinically proven ingredients in dietary supplements allows CPG brands to substantiate specific structure function claims based on clinical data. Licensing models create partnerships allowing CPG brands with market licensed consumer products to leverage BioCell's R&D, intellectual property, and cooperative marketing activities. Ultimately, it creates a win-win scenario for the entire supply chain through to the consumer. Now, let's meet today's speakers. First, we have Suhail Ishak, who is BioCell Technology's president. He's a business executive with over 25 years of experience in the nutraceutical industry. His in-depth knowledge of food, drug, and cosmetic research, as well as development, manufacturing, quality assurance, and regulatory compliance, have made him one of the most sought-after professionals in the dietary supplement industry. Suhail is an anti-aging pioneer and a leading innovator with several patents surrounding hydrolyzed collagen type 2, chondroitin sulfate, and hyaluronic acid compositions for health and beauty. He's routinely quoted in trade and scientific publications internationally. Next, we have Douglas Jones, BioCell Technology's Global Sales and Marketing Manager. For over 3 decades, he has been a senior executive engaged in sales and marketing with multiple consumer products goods companies in the US, Canada, EU, and Asia. Doug has also been an active leader in various nutrition industry groups and is on the board of directors for several local nonprofit organizations. He has been with BioCell Technology since 2017. Now that we're all introduced, I'd like to present some data courtesy of Innova Market Insights to provide some context about this space. We can see right away on this graph that collagen has seen major growth over the last few years with average annual growth of 28%. While collagen ingredients were seen in less than 2% of supplement launches in 2017, this rose to a healthy 5.5% in 2020. However, the last 2 years appear to be more stable, perhaps hinting at collagen's shifting role as an industry staple. The example on the right highlights the marriage between branded ingredients and CPG brands. This joint and skin support dietary supplement from Now features BioCell Collagen clearly on the front label, allowing consumers to immediately identify the branded ingredients in the product. The description further details that BioCell Collagen is a versatile nutritional supplement that supports joint health and moisture retention in mature skin. Appealing to today's information-hungry consumers, the pack even details that pre-digested complex is sourced from chicken sternal cartilage. The emphasis on this branded ingredient continues with an explanation that it can help promote joint function, movement, strong connective tissue, and normal skin moisture levels. As seen with that Now product, beauty from within and joint health are key marketing positions in the collagen space. On the right here, I have another example that is also marketed as supporting joint and skin health. The Doctor's Best capsules highlight hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate with the BioCell Collagen branded ingredients appearing as a logo on the front pack. This helps provide a quick visual cue for consumers. These 2 examples are plucked from numerous supplement launches featuring the BioCell Collagen ingredient that targets skin and joint health. As of 2020, nearly 3/4 of collagen supplements feature a skin health positioning, while 43% targeted joint health. Both of these positionings have leapt over the last 3 years, showing how awareness in these areas is growing. Also on the rise, albeit less sharply, is bone health, which appeared on over a quarter of 2020 collagen supplement launches. Finally, digestive and liver health, as well as immune health, both featured on 9% of collagen supplement launches last year. I've already briefly mentioned that today's consumers are extra eager for information about the products they browse, but now I'd like to really unpack that. It's been a common theme over the last decade that dietary supplement brands are noticing the importance of transparency. Innova initially flagged this in 2008 when its going greener trend predicted that consumers would increasingly look for sustainability and transparency. Fast forward to 2020, and 85% of consumers polled in the UK, US, Spain, France, Brazil, India, Germany, Mexico, China, and Indonesia say that product information is of major importance. This was then reflected by the market researcher crowning transparency triumphs as its top trend for 2021. Bringing another real-world example in, we can see how Nature's Way Canada has been embracing transparency. All the company's herb bottles are made from 97% post-consumer recycled plastic, thus tapping into sustainability demand. Meanwhile, the last few years have seen the company improve its front-of-pack communication, as seen here in the osteoarthritis joint pain relief offering based on BioCell Collagen branded ingredient clinical evidence. The older label is a little cluttered, with the joint positioning being communicated in small, hard-to-read bullet points. In contrast, the new label clearly states that it offers osteoarthritis joint pain relief at the top of the label. It also features an appealing graphic of a joint to help browsing consumers make an immediate connection. Another change is that the new packaging explicitly states the call out of collagen in large capitalized text. Notably, the BioCell Collagen logo has moved from a more secondary position on the old bottle to a central position on the new version, helping it to stand out better. A key part of transparency is communication. It's not enough for companies to silently make changes behind the scenes. Meaningful storytelling can make all the difference when catering to science-aware consumers. One great example is Solgar, which markets a dietary supplement called collagen hyaluronic acid complex made with BioCell Collagen. The label explains that this ingredient is clinically shown to reduce fine lines and wrinkles, increase skin hydration, and increase collagen content in the dermis to support skin structure and elasticity. Consumers who wish to take their research further can turn to the company's website, which provides detailed information about how its products are created. It also makes use of a lot of trendy buzzwords like clean and small batch, as well as detailing its relationship with the environment. Solgar takes its relationship with consumer education even further with the Solgar Academy. This is marketed as an online learning hub, giving various stakeholders 24/7 access to Solgar's best resources. Its audience includes parties like independent health food stores, pharmacies, and healthcare practitioners. Solgar Academy provides content in the form of courses, webinars, training manuals, and product information, or as seen here, papers about new research. In this case, Solgar Academy is sharing research about how BioCell Collagen can help boost collagen production in the skin. I hope this has all given you a really great foundation for understanding the connection between branded ingredients like BioCell Collagen and consumer demands for transparency and storytelling. I'd now like to hand the presentation over to Suhail, who's BioCell's president.
Thank you, Catherine, for the kind introduction and for the excellent examples of how branded CPG partners have leveraged the branded ingredient BioCell Collagen in their consumer products. So a little background on the company BioCell Technology. BioCell Technology was founded in 1997 with the purpose of researching, developing, branding, and distributing innovative ingredients for health and beauty. We're headquartered in Irvine, California, and we also have facilities in Anaheim, California, and in Appen, Germany. The company was founded with the development of BioCell Collagen, a hydrolyzed chicken sternal cartilage extract, and the company has multiple patents surrounding hydrolyzed collagen type 2, chondroitin sulfate, and hyaluronic acid compositions. We pioneered this area in this space, and we are trailblazing in the industry, and it's really great to see where collagen has come since the founding of the company. We have BioCell Collagen is registered in more than 25 countries globally, and we're a B2B company. So we only distribute the ingredient, and we license it through a B2B model. So you won't find BioCell technology marketing finished products, consumer products directly, but what we do is we partner with CPG companies and manufacturers of consumer products that bring products to the market containing the BioCell Collagen ingredient. And that's accomplished through our licensing model with contracts with manufacturers and marketers of consumer finished products. And that's the only way we earn revenues. Our license agreements are royalty free, so we earn revenues from the sales of the BioCell Collagen branded ingredient. Every branded ingredient, for a successful branded ingredient, it's important to understand that a branded ingredient is really as good as what's behind it. And a lot goes behind a branded ingredient for a successful one. And that it's not just a brand, but it's really what's behind it. Is the ingredient clinically studied? Is there IP behind the ingredient? And is the ingredient effective? Is it safe? There's a lot that goes into it. And the beauty of the branded ingredient model is that it streamlines the communication process of that. And with BioCell Collagen, we're delivering much more than just collagen. BioCell Collagen is actually a patented extract of hydrolyzed chicken sternal cartilage, and it provides a composition of naturally occurring hydrolyzed collagen type 2 peptides, chondroitin sulfate, and hyaluronic acid. And this unique molecular composition is not a blend of individual ingredients or formulation. Therefore, the studies that were done on it are specific to this unique molecular composition. And it's important to note that not all collagens are alike. Even in the human body, there's over 18 different types of collagen. And there's a lot of complexity and diversity between ingredients that have to do with not only source, but also manufacturing process, and molecular weight and whatnot. So it's really important that in order to expect results, that you're talking specifically about the molecular composition. And we're able to deliver a very consistent product because our process has been the same literally since the beginning. And with BioCell Collagen has been studied and various studies, including 7 human clinical trials, that support the safety, efficacy, and bioavailability of BioCell Collagen. You'll learn from this presentation that the dosage for Beauty from Within is 1 gram per day, and for joint health is 2 grams per day. And it's a versatile ingredient. It can be used for many different indications. And through our licensing model, we want to exercise some control, but not over control when it comes to the freedom and the ability of the consumer products companies to formulate the products and deliver their own formulations containing our ingredients. So what we do is we allow a minimum dosage of 500 milligrams, and you'll see, as the examples that we showed earlier, many of our brand partners combine BioCell Collagen with other active ingredients. Consumer confidence and trust are obviously very, very important. And consumers in the modern information age, especially Gen X and millennials, are very apt at searching the internet, and they're able to do research and find out, okay, what are the clinically proven ingredients, what are the effective dosages, which ingredients are good for what conditions and purposes. So the branded ingredient model enables consumer products companies to be able to display the brand logo, which makes it easier for the consumers to identify quality and make sure that they're getting an ingredient that has been proven effective. The power of the branded and model has been established for a very long time, and it will continue to be prominent. And for companies, what's important is that these check marks with compliance are made. Of course, it's important that the claims that they make on for their consumer products have clinical evidence, that they're able to meet the quality and regulatory compliance check marks. Supply chain integrity and transparency is also very important. And of course, education and marketing support. And these are the strong value propositions that using a branded ingredient like BioCell Collagen should be able to deliver, and BioCell Collagen does. So the first strong value proposition is superior efficacy claims. It's important to note that for dietary supplements to make structure function claims, that it meets the gold standard of 2 human clinical studies. And with BioCell Collagen, for both skin beauty and for joint health, it meets that standard, which is really, really important. And even furthermore, what it enables our CPG partners to do is make specific structure function claims as opposed to just some general type claims, like, for example, supports healthy skin versus supports healthy skin, reduces facial fine lines and wrinkles, reduces crow's feet, improves skin elasticity, reduces skin dryness, boosts collagen and hyaluronic acid. All of these claims are very specific and based on clinical data done and on BioCell Collagen specifically. And as you can see from the source, these are peer-reviewed published studies. And for joint health, for BioCell Collagen, brand partners are able to claim at a 2-gram dosage per day that the BioCell Collagen promotes joint comfort and mobility, promotes cartilage health and stimulation, promotes synovial fluid health, and boosts hyaluronic acid. So it really equals to superior claims, which is obviously very important to the consumer and to the company. And I think the most important point I want to deliver is that a happy consumer is a happy company and a happy industry. And really that's the goal, is delivering consumer satisfaction at the end of the day. And the other strong value proposition that we're able to support our CPG brand partners with is quality and regulatory compliance. It's important that these important check marks we're able to deliver. And this enables us to cooperate with our brand partners in so many ways. I can't enumerate them and how many areas we're able to support our customers, whether it's registrations internationally and supporting them with the documentation that they need. The fact that we have a supply chain partnerships both in the United States and Germany, we're able to produce a very consistent product, and we have the data to support our CPG partners. Supply chain integrity and transparency. We have long-standing supply chain partnerships. And with these supply chain partnerships, the BioCell Collagen ingredient is produced only in the United States and Germany currently. Another thing is with these long-term supply chain partners, we're able to meet the global supply demand. I'm really, really proud of the entire team and our supply chain partners that even during the pandemic, we were able to meet the global supply demands, which, as we all hear from the news, it's not many companies can say that. There's been incredible supply chain disruptions, but because of our strong partnerships, we're able to meet those demands. And because of our strength in this area, we're also the largest global consumer of the raw material source, in this case, chicken sternal cartilage. So that enables us to meet not only the current demands, but also the global demands of the future. And the last strong value proposition that I'd like to mention is education and marketing support. BioCell Technology is able to support our CPG brand partners with strong scientific support and staff training by BioCell Collagen experts. And we're also able to, we have a cooperative advertising program that's available to the end user license partners to help contribute to some of their advertising costs. At the end of the day, we want to see them more successful with the product in the marketplace. When their business grows, it means our business grows, and it truly is a win-win partnership. And I'm very pleased to share with the audience that even after close to 20 years, the company is still growing at high double-digit rates. Last year, we grew by more than 35% year over year, and we're projected to even exceed that growth rate this year. And it goes to tell you, when a branded ingredient model is executed properly, it does end up in results, but it's something that you can't just rest on your laurels. You have to, as a branded ingredient company, be continually invested in research and development, intellectual property, licensing, and marketing activities. And that's what we're able to deliver with BioCell Collagen, and really partnering with our CPG brand partners to support them and see that they're successful in the marketplace and provide whatever support that we can. And from here, I'm going to turn it over to Douglas Jones, our Global Sales and Marketing Manager. Doug, take it from here.
Thank you, Sohail. Branded ingredients convey the trust element and make it easier for consumers to identify quality and efficacy. Dietary supplement consumer product good brands that use BioCell Collagen ingredient in their finished consumer products, as we've seen, can substantiate specific structure function claims based on the clinical evidence with regulatory compliance. It creates a win-win scenario for the entire supply chain, to the consumer, who we ultimately want to keep happy. As Sohail mentioned, BioCell Collagen offers to its brand partners a cooperative advertising program that is designed to contribute to the advertising expenses for various digital advertising projects. The objective of this program is to increase awareness and educate consumers to the benefits of BioCell Collagen containing finished products. And what we've seen is that the brands who partner with us in this area are able to increase their business significantly, and particularly some of them during the pandemic. What's exciting about being in the collagen space is that collagen is a growing category and will be for the foreseeable future. According to a recent report by the Ingredient Transparency Center, the global market for collagen is growing at about 10% and is set to be $1 billion by the end of 2021. Nutrition Business Journal puts the U.S. collagen market at $300 million in 2020. That's up from $50 million in 2014, and they expect the U.S. to reach $400 million by the end of 2022. So it really speaks to the opportunity that is in the marketplace today. And what we're seeing, and if you need further validation about partnering with a branded ingredient partner, the Ingredient Transparency Center, in its recently completed 2020 consumer survey with 2,000 consumers in the United States, United Kingdom, and Germany, found that for collagen products, that 60% of consumers either look for or appreciate a branded ingredient. And the two top health benefits are beauty health and joint health. And now let's really get to, I think, is the biggest consumer or biggest opportunity right now, and that's with beauty from within. Consumer behavior continues to evolve during the pandemic. We've really seen a disruption in the whole skincare industry. So consumers are looking for proactive self-care, and sales are really increasing in categories beyond just immunity. Marketing research firms have been advising CPG brands to think beauty as consumers are creating stay-at-home spa days in order to beautify and de-stress as the pandemic continues. And what they're advising is really to create approachable solutions, merging the health and beauty together. And BioCell Collagen, with its scientific validated claims, can offer your consumers a viable product option. BioCell Collagen is really unlike any other collagen ingredient, as we've seen. Its clinical evidence supports skin, beauty, joint, and connective tissue health. And consumer product goods brands can really offer their products differently depending on how they're targeting consumers, whether it be from beauty from within, skin health, joint health, as we've seen, a hyaluronic acid complex, or hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate complex, or using the strong name of the BioCell Collagen. And what I would encourage you is to go visit our consumer website, www.biocellcollagen.com, and check out the brands listed on the Where to Buy section. You'll see how brands position their finished good products. Just like BioCell Collagen can be positioned to the consumer in multiple ways, BioCell Collagen offers multiple raw material grades for different applications. We have our regular products, our fine powder, which is suitable for capsules, tablets, and soft gels. We offer a high density material, so if space is a consideration in your formula, that is an option. Also, it's very effective for high-speed tableting press. We do offer a food grade, which is for products that have a taste consideration, such as gummies, chewable tablets, and nutrition bars. And if you're marketing in the part of a world where a halal certified product is what a consumer is looking for, we do have a halal certified product, and it does meet the Malaysian standard. And then we also offer a BioCell Collagen cosmetic grade for topical cosmetics. For more information or to get in contact with us, please visit our B2B website, biocelltechnology.com. Thank you for joining Suhail and I today. We appreciate everyone's time and attention. Catherine, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Suhail and Doug, for this great presentation. I'm sure that all of our listeners have found it really informative. This is Catherine Durrell from Nutrition Insight once again, and I'll now host a Q&A session with the speakers. I already see some interesting questions coming in, so I'll get right into it, but just remember that you can still submit your questions through the Q&A tool. So this first question asks, what are the differences between collagen for skin, bones, and immune function?
Hi, this is Doug. Suhail, I'll let you take this one. Actually, I just got a message. Suhail's phone has been disconnected. Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. One of our listeners is asking about the differences between collagen for skin, bones, and immune function, but I can always ask something else if we want to wait for Suhail to reconnect.
Yeah, that's more of a technical issue. It would be better for him.
Okay. How about which nutracosmetics are on trend with consumers right now? Is that something that you'd want to delve into?
Sure. It's, particularly, one of the interesting things that we've seen, during the pandemic is the entire disruption in the skincare regimen. You've seen spas and clinics, and in many instances, department stores and other retailers having to shut down. So all the normal things that consumers did in terms of skincare has been disrupted. And we saw early on in the pandemic, some of the major research institutions, such as Mintel and Euromonitor and others, were seeing that consumers were creating stay-at-home spa days. And so, where BioCell comes in is, with our clinical evidence of seeing skin results in 12 weeks, as we're now, over a year into the pandemic, that is something that a consumer can do at home and actually see the results as we're all on these Zoom calls, sometimes for 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
That's certainly relatable. Building on more of these shifts we've seen, another listener is wondering what type of shifts in consumer behaviors you've seen in the last year and whether there are any specific regional or country differences.
Yeah, and this is Doug again. And yes, it's quite interesting when you look at the global market, different countries have been affected to a greater degree. Obviously the shutdowns and particularly as they continue in many of our European countries, that's obviously a disruption there. But when I talk to our customers in Asia, particularly in Japan and others, is they don't have quite the same disruption of the skincare regimen as we've seen in other regions. So, it is interesting that it does vary, but it's definitely something that we've seen particularly in North America and in Europe.
Makes sense. Thank you very much. And then, on your last slide, you mentioned a little bit about the different applications, and I think one of our listeners is wondering as well if there are certain delivery formats that are especially in demand or maybe starting to fall out of fashion at the moment.
Tablets and soft gels are, I think, a mainstay in the dietary supplement industry. But I think what's interesting, and we obviously can't talk about the products that we know that are in development with some of our partners. But this product really does lend itself to being in like a chocolate chew or something that would be almost like a luxury item. You can make and there's some great flavors out there. With not only chocolate, but also some fruits and acai and other ingredients that can, take a product like this that somebody's going to, want to take every day and turn it into a treat so they, have something, say, to, enjoy before they go to rest for the evening.
Right, makes sense. And then within this, are there any sort of consumer trends that you see, maybe certain delivery formats appeal more to certain consumer groups?
I don't know that it's, obviously gummies in certain parts, particularly in the North American market, have been a, growing trend. We've seen that for a long time. But what's interesting in particularly in this category right now is, we've seen, the adoption, millennials have really adapted or embraced taking dietary supplements for their health. And I think, as I alluded to earlier, maybe the fact that we're all on Zoom calls and seeing our our faces sometimes a little bit more close up than we may like, appearance is, very important, even if you're, sheltering in place and working from home.
Certainly. And then again, with the different consumer groups, one listener is wondering whether there are certain considerations to be made when communicating with these different groups in terms of consumer education.
Well, I think education is absolutely key, and that's one of the advantages of working with a branded ingredient. Is because consumers they particularly if they're out at retail or even when they're at home are checking things on their smartphones, and so having a branded ingredient that you can just put into your search and come up with the information that the company is providing, they can read for themselves the clinical studies and the information, and the benefits that they can expect. And if you're using just a generic ingredient, the consumer doesn't have that ability to look up quite easily as they do with a branded ingredient. We put a lot of time and effort into putting information on our websites that explains our product, explains the benefits, and explains how to use it. And that's what our partner companies get to enjoy when they put our the BioCell logo on their products, is that the consumer has that transparency. And that's something that as a marketer I've really seen that shift in the last 20 years. It was transparency, I don't think, was as important as it is now. People want to know where the products that they're consuming are coming from. And by partnering with BioCell Collagen, you have that transparency.
Great. Thank you so much, Doug. And thank you as well, Suhail and BioCell Technology. I think that concludes today's questions, but I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into today's webinar. Before we sign off, I'd also like to let you know that any questions that we didn't have time to answer today will be answered by email. You can also check your inbox for an on-demand version, which will be sent to you shortly. Finally, you can keep up with the latest developments in nutrition news at nutritioninsight.com, where you can also sign up to our newsletters. Enjoy your afternoon, everyone.